It's up for grabs now!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it!
Fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry.
I don't even want to do this anymore. Oh, Everton 2, Arsenal 1. This is the Arsenal Live, Arsenal Lounge reaction. I just don't even know what to say anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know what I've just witnessed. Goals by, well, firstly, I don't even know where to start. Richarlison scored. Odegaard scored for us first. Richarlison scored after 2 disallowed goals. It was coming. And then in the last 6 minutes of added time, we concede another in the last 2 minutes. Demarai Gray, great strike into the far right corner. We should have seen it from the first one. He hit the bar that Richarlison reacted and rebounded in. But again, we let him cut in on the right. But I mean, look, we're going to the game. This is ridiculous. Shaheen, you watched the game. What was your thoughts, man?
I actually didn't watch the game. I was playing football. I watched the last 20 minutes, I think. I'm not sure if Ben White could have done more for Demarai Gray's goal. But in the last 20 minutes that I watched, apart from one chance that Eddie Nketiah had, that he headed it wide, we didn't really do much.
I'm trying not to laugh because I'm just if I don't laugh, I'll cry.
You know what? I genuinely thought we're not going to lose this. You know, I said before. You know, we did a pre-game show with Tom, and I said I do not see any reason for us to draw. I didn't even say lose. I said draw. I said we should win. I expect to win, and this is not good enough, man. I don't know if I was surprised that Granit Xhaka walked back into the team. And this is not on Xhaka. I'm just saying, you know, coming back from an injury like that, I don't know how he performed.
How random was that, by the way? I mean, let's go into the lineup.
It's a bit of a desperation move from Arteta, I think.
Well, he must have thought that Xhaka was ready. I can't imagine him rushing him back and risking him. I mean, to be honest with you, you couldn't really tell a half-foot Xhaka or not. You know,
how did Xhaka do?
To be all right, to be fair, he did okay. I mean, he done his usual where he gets caught in that left back, sort of left centre back position, 1-on-1, and I don't like it. But he wasn't the worst player on the pitch. But I mean, looking at the lineup, listen, again, I will give Partey about a 5, a 4 or 5. Again, giving the ball away a lot, getting caught in possession.
Can I ask you something? When I started watching, Tavares was playing left back. Why is that?
Right. Okay. So look, let's run through it. So obviously, he dropped Tavares and played Tierney. He dropped El Neni from the last game and he played Xhaka, which was a surprise to all of us, alongside Partey. He played Odegaard in that sort of 10 role, and he had Laka up top and he had Martinelli and Saka either side. I mean, you couldn't really argue with the lineup, to be honest with you. But this is where I'm coming at. Like, my man Odegaard is in this 10 position. This is a game where we were actually dominating the midfield. We had possession, right? Tell me who was creating anything in that final third. I mean, Odegaard got the goal, fair play. I mean, we can't argue that. He was in the right place at the right time. But again, we looked impotent up front. It was like we're playing against one of the worst teams in the Premier League and we looked impotent. And we were fortunate that they had a goal ruled off offside. Then we scored.
Twice.
Yeah, then we scored, and I thought, you know what, this will kickstart us, and it didn't. And
why couldn't Tierney was off?
Tierney's just returned back from injury, right? So he's probably thought to himself, with about 20 minutes to go, the guy's muscles start to tighten up. There's more chance of an injury. But the irony is, Tavares coming on actually created a couple of problems for us. He gave the ball away once, twice.
Tavares saved Ben White at the end. Because Richarlison just muscled him out of the ball, and he got back in time to just put Iwobi off.
Do you know what? I'm fuming because these were 2 very winnable games, right? The second one is inexcusable, losing to Everton. They were again there for the taking, and this time we turned. At least if we played anything like we did against United, like going forward, at least I could have seen us score a couple of goals. This was toothless. Another toothless performance against a poor side, and we were just as poor, if not more poor. We were asking for trouble by not creating much and finishing our chances. Hold on a minute. What does it say when you're chasing a goal and you bring on Eddie Nketiah ahead of Aubameyang?
Yeah, well, and this is what I was saying. If you're going to bring Aubameyang on, bring him earlier, right? If you're not going to bring him on, don't bring him on. Don't bring him on fucking with 2-3 minutes left. Not with 5 minutes left. What is that going to do? What is he going to do?
And
anyway,
then
guys, I've just put the link on the comments. So if you want to come on, please just come. We've got a few people here already. I'm going to put the link here again. Make sure you hit the like button.
Eddie missed a sitter.
Yeah.
Aubameyang missed the chance to redeem himself right at the end.
Yeah, I don't understand that substitution. If you want to bring Aubameyang, bring him on instead of Nketiah. Right?
No.
If you don't want to bring him on, don't bring him on. And again, no Pepe at all.
No, I just don't get it. I mean, people saying Odegaard was our best player, and that doesn't really say much to me, Oakley 767, because to be honest with you, okay, he got the goal, but in a midfield that was dictating, I expected to see more from even Odegaard. I mean, yeah, he did all right. He looked pretty neat. I think we desperately missed Emile Smith-Rowe driving at them driving at teams. Who did what up front? It was a toothless display, man, and we were just like waiting. Oh, Ben, piss off Ben Davis Lee. Jesus Christ. All right. Believe me when I keep telling you we are both bang average. I'm buzzing. Ben.
Anyway.
Lee, thanks for that, bro.
Let's start bringing some people on to see what they're saying. So bring Maximus, Petros.
I'll let you ask, man.
Yeah, Maximus, what's happening, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. Go on, fire away, my son.
I just thought it was a typical performance. What was I expecting? I'm actually quite gleeful after this because it's exactly what I've been saying for months. Like anybody that has half a brain or prefrontal cortex that is actually working could have anticipated this. You don't have to be clairvoyant to have seen this. I mean, you actually don't. We are toothless up front. And then I sit on these podcasts or even other podcasts and you listen to people like, oh, we should have played this person. We should have played that person. What difference is it going to make? We were dictating the midfield. We couldn't create shit because we don't have a clue what we're doing attacking wise.
So,
and
hold on, Maximus.
You put this firmly on Arteta's door, do you?
Yeah, wait.
Who else are you going to put this on? Listen, the players don't have a clue what to do when they get the ball in the opposition box. And mind you, we only had 2 touches in the opposition box in the first half, which is the least in the Premier League. Surprise, surprise. Arsenal's attacking stats suck again. What's so shocking about that?
I agree with you, right? I do agree with you. But isn't it Odegaard's job to create? You were saying he's a creative player. Yeah. We've got possession. We've got more possession this time around. Yeah. Where's Odegaard?
So Odegaard actually had the most touches in the opposition box if you watch it statistically.
But where's the final ball we're looking for, man?
Which is final ball. If the players don't have a clue what to do attacking-wise, most managers generally have a pattern of play. People run off the ball. They create spaces for people. We don't do that. So what is he doing when he gets the ball? Come on. People, this isn't hard to figure out. Anybody with half a brain or prefrontal cortex would have seen this coming, man. Who wouldn't have seen this? This is actually laughable now. We are toothless from attacking perspective. I hate to hear people come on here. It's like, well, Partey didn't have a good game. He didn't have a good game. Why are all these supposedly good players, half decent players prior to coming to Arsenal, all of a sudden now are dumped into Arteta's master plan, and all of a sudden they all suck? Come on, people. Come on, wake up.
Maximus, hold on. Let's see. Sebastian, you agree with Maximus or you disagree?
I agree. I'm sorry.
You agree?
I'm sorry, but that ain't good enough. You can't perform like that on top of a performance like Thursday. How can it's so laughable that we sit back every time we take the lead? Why can't we attack and see it off? Again, Everton were open. They were there to be got at. But no, we sit back, ask for trouble after we've been let off twice. But why didn't they take this as right, this is a warning now. Right, we've really got to fix up now because the next one they're probably gonna get allowed. But nothing was happening. Nothing was changing. And as for the substitution, seriously, it's a joke. First of all,
Where is
why does
Pepe?
Tierney have to come off? He hasn't been playing for weeks. So why do you take him off? If there's anyone you take off for precautionary, it's Xhaka. Because he had an okay game today because he's only just come back.
He
And
looked
when you
knackered
need
to
to
me. He looked knackered to me in the last 20
Yeah,
minutes.
I actually agree. I agree with Sebastian. You know, I think Granit Xhaka's injury was worse than Tierney's.
It was.
If anybody needed protection, it would be him.
The manager
When
has
he
this
needs a
thing where
goal.
he plays he has his preferred choice of players, similar to Pepe. He doesn't play Pepe. It's a personal problem he has with certain players. It's all
exactly.
personal. Like he's a
Pepe
he's a dictator and he has personal issues with certain players that don't necessarily conform to certain mindsets that he has, or he gets rid of these players. Saliba. If you look at the players with character, he gets rid of them because that's how he maintains control. He likes these players like Saka, who's just walking around smiling all the time, don't give two shits about anything. So that's the kind of players that he gravitates towards because he can control them.
Alain, do you agree with the guys?
Actually, can I guys ask you a question, all of you?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. So, is there a player that you guys blame for our loss tonight?
It's none of the players.
No, not really.
None of
Not
them.
really. That's all the manager's fault. I'm
Exactly.
sorry. Substitution,
Is there
every
a player?
joke.
Is there a player to blame beside maybe Aubameyang for the loss against Manchester?
Well, maybe Odegaard, but still, why
For
did
me
we?
but
personally, I
hold
can't blame
on.
these players. I just can't
Exactly.
blame these players. I really can't.
Why can't we blame them?
Why?
Why can't we blame them though? It's,
What do you
it's
mean,
their
why can't-
performance.
Listen,
Wait,
it's their
are they performing on the pitch though, guys?
Yes,
Let's
they
be
are.
honest.
For me, yes, they
The
are.
thing-
Because they're
How?
doing exactly
Exactly.
what
Lev,
the manager
Lev.
has put them out there to do because they're doing it week in, week out. Like that's the
I don't think Arteta puts them out to lose 2-1 against Everton. Do you?
well, if you don't have a plan, if you have a plan or a plan that's been failing for the last 3 years, as any idiot can see, well then
listen.
obviously they're not going to perform.
I know we're pissed
It's
at
not
Arteta.
rocket science.
Listen, I know we're pissed at Arteta, and we have every right to be pissed at Arteta. But to suggest that he's putting out a team that hasn't got some sort of a plan that's meant to be in action, and to suggest there's nothing there for us to win the game is a joke. The fact
No,
is,
I
it's
actually
not
think
being
what's
implemented.
implemented-
It's
no.
not if it's not being implemented or it's not working. That's another matter. But we can't be saying that he's putting out teams without any game plan. Because that'd just be ridiculous.
Well, the plan, no,
Okay.
his game plan doesn't work, which is
Okay,
what
that's
I'm saying.
another matter. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
another
clearly
matter.
doesn't work.
Let's dissect the game. First of all, we played. We didn't create chances. We had our chance. We scored the goal. Then what we did?
We sit back. We shouldn't
We
do.
sit
Just
back.
keep
Exactly.
attacking.
Did we sit
They
back to win?
started.
We did.
They started to
100%.
sit back from the 16th minute. We had our goalkeeper fall to the ground, players falling to the ground. We didn't do shit.
They were trying to manage the game at that point, but we still had the majority of the possession, but doing absolutely nothing with it. What I'm
Exactly.
saying
But-
is, like, people keep saying that we sit back. We don't. Like, what? I don't get that. We don't sit back. It's just that we have no attacking play, so people will
No.
think we're sitting
No,
back.
Maximus, what
don't
happened?
attack.
What happened after we conceded the goal?
What do you mean? We did nothing as we've been doing all season. Nothing from a creative perspective.
No, we
Nothing.
played for 10 minutes. Listen to me. Let's take the stats. We played for 10 minutes. We created 2 chances. Edin Ketia and the chance that Odegaard gave the ball to, I forgot who. No, the ball who Odegaard shot, and it was blocked by the defender. So in 10 minutes, we had 2 clear chances. That shows you that our team can create, can play, can attack.
That's
But we
absolutely infinite
choose,
nonsense, man.
choose to sit back after we score a goal.
Listen, any team
And
in
then-
the Premier League, if you're driving forward, you're gonna at some point the ball is going to fall fortuitously for you at some point. The point is we're not creating clear-cut chances, is what I'm saying. The ball falling to Odegaard and him having a pop shot and it getting blocked. I mean, come on. The ball the ball to Aubameyang, that shouldn't have even stood. That was like in the 90th minute. The game should have been called off 2 minutes before that. That's not even
And
in my
yet,
opinion,
in
that was
10
ridiculous.
minutes, Maximus,
That was ridiculous.
Yet, in
Like,
10
we
minutes,
just-
we created 3 clear chances. That
Guys,
means our
no,
team.
No, I hear what Amin's saying. I hear what Amin's
Hold on,
saying.
Hold
I
on,
hear what
hold on,
Amin's
guys,
saying.
hold
I
on.
hear-
Because we need to get through to everybody. Maximus, hold on 1 second. Sebastian and Lemay, do you guys want to have your final thoughts on the game and then we move on because we need to bring people on? Sebastian, you go first.
Well, I'm just like, you've got a £72 million player on the bench. I was actually going to come on to that as I was speaking. And if you actually saw his stats last season, he was our second, or if not the most main goal threat of the team. But he leaves him on the bench and he brings on bringing on a player who said, I want to go. Twice he's turned down the contract.
Yeah.
And he's had plenty of chances and done nothing most of the time.
And missed
Why
the
are you
sitter.
bringing him on? And in a wrong position as well, because we took off Martinelli, who was playing on the wing. Pepe is a winger. Why are you putting it makes no sense what's going on.
I understand, man.
Because he has a person.
What about you, Amin?
Better against these players.
Maximus, hold on. Amin, what about you? Last thing?
For me, the last thing is Arteta created a team, maybe a foundation of a team. Okay. But clearly, Arteta is not learning from his mistakes, and he continues his philosophy to score a goal, to set back. And I no matter what he's gonna say, he's telling them to set back, because every time we need to attack, they attack. But you can't win a game when you attack only when you need. You need to attack for 90 minutes. So for me, the one to blame is Arteta. And this is the second game that cost us and that he didn't learn from his mistakes. So I'm starting to lose faith.
See, I think that's a bit unfair because
Hold on, Maximus.
Sorry, I'm not cutting
Hold on. Let me have his because I need to go through a lot of people. Yeah, but hold on, Maximus. Hold on.
Yeah, that's it.
Sebastian, Amin, thank you very much for coming on. It's always nice to see you two. So we're just going to get through.
The next article will be out tomorrow, by the way. So
yeah, so his article is going to be out tomorrow on Twitter. Make sure you check it out. Look after yourself, guys. Yeah.
Cheers.
See you later, Seb. See you later, I mean.
Right. So I'm just going to go through a lot of people that I know are on the background. So we're just hopefully going to have a conversation.
Hey,
and then I'm Petrus and Rebel. I'll see you, but hang tight. I'll bring you on. Right. Lev, take it away, my son.
All right, well, look,
We've got 3-4 people here who are quite opinionated. So hopefully we can make sense of what's happening.
Yeah, we've got some very opinionated people, these three. Okay, so guys, just to catch up, if you haven't heard, Maximus is suggesting this is all on Arteta. I'm arguing the case in a little bit as what some of the players have to take responsibility. I mean, where do you start with this awful performance? I mean, like, we sat here waiting for us to kick into gear, didn't kick into gear. I'll start with Mo. Mo, you've heard what Maximus is saying. Is this all Arteta? Is it the players? Is it both? What's going on?
Hi guys, we are all sad to let this game. Yes, to let this game go away like Manchester United game. I think Arteta let us down. Also, some players let us down, and I will start. Some decisions of Arteta I'm not convinced of now. He's just dropping Sampi Lukanga for the second game in a row. It's a strange. Xhaka played after a few months injury. I think he played very good, but it's ordinary that the first change in the 65 minutes will be Sampi instead of Xhaka. After he played this 65 minutes, I think he was good in the 65 minutes. Okay, he was out for a few months, so Sampi is needed. Tierney didn't play in the last matches, but this change killed us because Tavares again the same error that led to a goal against Liverpool match. He suffered a lot today, so Tierney would have stayed with a defensive duty only, not to go forward if he's tired. Okay, concerning Aubameyang, his last missed chance, the last kick of the game, shows us his form now. I saw Nketiah. Yeah. I think, in my opinion, now on Nketiah form, he's better than Aubameyang and Lacazette also. Lacazette today.
He missed the sitter as well, man.
I know,
Wait,
I know. You don't only judge a player on one chance. He missed a sitter. I was devastated. But look at what Nketiah said. All our chances in the second half after he entered the match, the two great chances for Odegaard, Nketiah, from Nketiah passes, from Nketiah running, from Nketiah dribbling. The last chance.
Who?
Anyway, so
He was lively. He was very good. He missed a sitter, I know, but it doesn't mean that he's a bad player. On this form,
He's not a
on
bad
the
player.
20 minutes,
He's not a bad player at all.
Nketiah
Sucks.
played.
If he
Let me continue. Let me continue, please.
all right, well,
He's not
let
average.
someone
He
else
sucks.
say.
He's a horrible footballer.
Let
Let me finish my point. I didn't finish. Let me finish my point.
You have all 2 hours. Take your time.
Man, because we need to speak to others as well. So try to finish it.
Okay. Just 2 minutes. In my opinion, it's better not to play Aubameyang at all. What are the players that let us down? The big players. Look at Lacazette today. It's a shadow. We didn't feel that Lacazette was in the match. Look at Thomas Partey. He was guilty. He and Tavares sloppying in the first goal. Partey, Aubameyang, we know already. Lacazette, the big players let us down.
We're gonna have to substitute you, man. Come on.
The first goal. The first goal. Ben White, you are a 50 million defender. Just block the shot. The last point, Lev. The last point is that Damari Gray, who is now a fantastic player this season and who scored the goal, is a £3 million buying. £3 million. We should learn from Everton, scouting the players we need.
Why? Because he scored one goal. Come on, mate. Like,
they also bought Iwobi for 36 million.
Okay, I speak about Damari Gray.
Hold on, Mo. Let others speak as well. Aslan or African. Aslan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Shahid, man. Good evening to everyone. Big up to everyone.
I hope you can make it quick because we can get through to everybody. What was your thoughts, man? You agree with what's been said?
100% no. 100% no. Look, this manager, you gents know my thoughts on this fraud of a manager. This guy, for me, last season, from the back of that Aston Villa defeat at home last season, should have gone. Last season, there was many other occasions where this guy had to go. Yeah, for me, the last straw, any hope of this club in actually, grabbing their cojones, their dashak, Lev knows what I'm talking about, They had to grab their dashak and make a big boy decision after that defeat in the semi-final against Villarreal, However, the club and the hierarchy and this ownership felt otherwise, Now, this season, I was told, prior to the United kickoff, we're only a point off top 4, just behind West Ham. Well, since then, we've now lost 2 away games, United and Everton. I was told that, we're going to bounce back because when we lost to Man City, we bounced back against Norwich. When we lost to Liverpool, we bounced back against Newcastle at home. The thing is, those 2 games that we bounced back were home performances. Not once have we bounced back from an away defeat and then to go consecutively to go away and bounce back. We haven't done that. I was also told that Everton are on a poor run of form. In the last 5 games, they'll have lost 4, drawn 1. But then my counter was, well, look at our head-to-heads. Everton versus Arsenal. Especially when we go to Goodison Park. We failed to win. I was made aware, it came to my attention that the last time we won was, I believe, 5-2 away when we still had Ozil and Sanchez. Look, this guy's tactical. I've questioned for the longest.
You made an interesting
hold your
point.
thoughts. Hold your thoughts. Don't go anywhere. I just want to bring African Guna, so you all have had your say, and then we're going to discuss this amongst us. African, go on, bro. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree with what a lot have been said. I'm just not as upset as Mohammed because, like, I can only laugh. Come on, guys. Like, look, I'm 25. I've experienced Arsenal for so many years. This is classic. Like, it's just laughable because
that's what I said when I came on.
Anymore, right? It's just as we said, it's a script. You could predict that this was gonna happen, right? And I just don't understand the changes. Listen, you guys know that I don't like Pepe, but I wouldn't, as a manager, sabotage my whole game plan just to prove a point and put in Ketia, who missed a sitter. And yes, Aubameyang missed a sitter as well. So I think it's a mixture of both our coaching and our manager and our players. Come on, let's be honest. We have no attacking threat. When we score, it's either by luck or we score from a set piece play, which is how we've been getting by for the season. But I mean, we haven't been creating any big chances, and this is the same issue we had 2 years ago. So I think we need to admit that Aubameyang, Lacazette finished. We still have a lot of replacing to go. As much, as we have replaced in the summer, and we have made some good buys, we still have a long way to go. And quite honestly, I don't see us being a top 4 contender this season after watching the last 2 games. I think we had a good run, and back to realistic opinion, which is we're not good enough, right? We're not going to compete. We have a lot of games.
Over 2/3 of this squad is Arteta's, bro.
Yeah.
In the last 2 summer windows, the 6 additions that we made from the summer and the summer before, where we bought in Partey and Gabriel, we spent nearly 230 million. Under this manager.
Is, what I'm saying is, like, a lot of these players, in my opinion, I think these players are good to be possibly in some cases. Some of these players were great players prior to Arteta's arrival. So for me, I can't sit here and blame these players when we don't have a system that plays to their strengths. Like Aubameyang, if you look at his actual stats in terms of big chances that he gets compared to all of the top strikers in the league, he basically gets 1 big chance per game, or it's like 0 point something big chances per game, where all of our counterparts, they're creating somewhere between 2 and 3 to 4 big chances per game for their strikers. So it's easy for us to sit and say he's missed that 1 big chance, when all of our, our let's say our rivals, their team, they're creating tons of chances for their strikers.
Yeah,
which is
Maximus, is he not? Isn't that why he gets played the big bucks? He's meant to be clinical, man.
He's meant, which is
we
fine.
Can't just say, all right, I know you're breaking it down into games 1 chance or 2 chance, but it's a culmination. We're talking about Watford. He had 3 chances. 3, not 1, 3.
See, this is the problem with Arsenal.
Newcastle, he had a couple of chances. Like
it's the bigger picture, though. Like the bigger picture.
No,
see, this is the problem. Picture, I'm not saying you don't, but I'm just saying a lot of Arsenal fans don't seem to get the bigger picture here. Like everyone sits and they see these little, we develop in increments, and then they're like, oh, like we won 2 games. Like Arteta know what he's doing. Let's settle in. Let's let the team gel. All of that nonsense. When any idiot could see that this is going nowhere. We're going to be in circles. If you think this guy is going to take us into the top 4, you're delusional. I'm telling you, you can get a bang average manager. I'm telling you, a bang average manager would have won the games that we've won this season. In fact, I think a lower league manager would have come in with this squad and won the games that we've won this season, because it's not on tactical nuance or some sort of, fluid attacking system. I'm telling you, we could have had a prime Henry, fat Ronaldo, and Shevchenko up front, and this team would be creating the same chances. It's not rocket science. Like, where are people going with this nonsense?
I definitely think that this team is better than what it's showing. It is. It's better.
I think you want to say something. Go on, Mo. But don't be long, Mo. Just try and make it quick. Go on.
Yes, I think some of Arteta decisions are not understandable. Dropping Sampi and Pepe, I think it's a bad decision. Okay, you want to make the 3rd change. Not Aubameyang. Give Pepe and put Nketiah in the striker role. So ignoring Pepe totally, all the league, even in the second half, in the last 20 minutes, it's not. I think it's a wrong decision. Sampi not playing him in the last 2 games, it's a bad decision. It's not correct decision. I think also we lacked the extra quality for the second half. You must kill the game. It's like
So
Man
Mo,
United game.
Can I ask you a question, Mo? Like, do you honestly think the players that you've highlighted? Can I ask you a question? Do you think that the players that you've highlighted in terms of like Lakonga not coming in or coming out whenever? I mean, do you honestly, truly believe? I'm asking you this. Do you truly believe that Sambi Lakonga playing in midfield today would have made such an attacking difference?
Yes. Sambi,
this is why we are where we are. There you have it.
Let me answer. Sambi now, and he proved in the league, is our best midfielder. With the worrying form, the bad form of Thomas Partey in the last few matches, review all the matches, see what Thomas Partey, bad form, Sambi Lakonga is now a better player. Technique, his dribbling, his shots, his passing. So to drop our best midfielder now in the last two crucial matches against Man United and today, it's a wrong decision. Not using Pepe card in the second half, it's another wrong decision. Today also substituting Tierney is a wrong decision. So I think Arteta, it's now combined with wrong decision with a dip on form with the senior players, Partey, Aubameyang, Laka. It's clear that
I just find it farcical that Thomas
wait.
Partey went from being one of the best midfielders in the world to all of a sudden
okay, but now he's
absolute garbage.
Now, just a second. Now I don't analyze Thomas Partey as an Atletico Madrid player 3 years ago. Now we are analyzing Thomas Partey as an Arsenal playing.
That's the point I'm making.
Mohammed. Can I just say,
that's the point I'm making.
Can I just say, wait,
who is the common denominator?
We can't keep blaming Arteta for everything, though. Can we blame Arteta for Partey's form? I mean, is it part?
Yes.
Wait. What is it that Arteta's telling Partey that he can't make his mind up quick enough to make a pass quick enough? How is that Partey?
This is not a player available. If you have an attacking system,
you watch
people are moving off of the ball.
You watch
he would have a pass. He played in Atletico Madrid. He played in the same position.
Just a question. Lev Maximus all. You watched Partey interview with Sky Sport today? You watched it?
Yeah, he said he gave his performance a 4 out of 10. Great. Like, well, who cares? The point
is, he says that I'm not functioning. I'm not playing good. The player himself speaking that I'm not playing good as should be. That I estimate myself 4 from 10.
Because he's not given the tools to play an 8 out of 10 or given 8 out of 10.
He's not functioning.
That's my point. But he's not given the tools, mate. He's not given the tools.
Now
you put Sambi Lakonga in there, and the results are the same, mate. We've been losing games with Sambi Lakonga. He's the best midfielder in the world. He's been creating loads of chances. He makes the most tackles. What do you want about, man? What is the common denominator here? The guy is a great.
We want to use our best players in this crucial
match. Pepe has turned into garbage. Aubameyang's turned into garbage. Lacazette's turned into garbage.
He should not play. He should not play.
Let others have a say, man. Let's have others have a say. The mute button's coming out. Let others have a say. African, you hear what's going on? Shaheen.
Yeah, I'm laughing. I completely agree with some of Mohammed's points, and I completely disagree with some. I'll highlight those. I think Nketiah should never be coming on for us, period. So I mean, that's a terrible decision. Pepe is your danger man, and regardless of his lack of defensive and physical presence, I think he could have made an impact for me. I think I agree with Mohammed on Lakonga. Xhaka was poor. For me, he did okay in the beginning. In the first few minutes, he had a good recovery. He played well. Then he started making bad passes. His touching, when he heads the ball out. Lakonga is way more calm in those situations, and he doesn't lose the ball as much. And then he doesn't make that foul where he gets that yellow card. And okay, let's say even if Xhaka started, fair enough. I do agree in the second half, it was so obvious we needed to make a change and bring Lakonga in.
He was fatigued. He was tired. Xhaka. He was tired.
And needed to change.
It was clear. It was clear. Sampi instead of Xhaka. He didn't play for a month. So 60 minutes.
Just put a prime Pilo in the
get him out. He's on a yellow card. He's tired. Play Sampi to refresh the midfield.
We could have played Pilo in midfield.
So Mohammed, brother, so why doesn't your manager fail to see that then, brother?
Yes. It's Arteta to blame. I said it's Arteta to blame. It's miss game management. It's bad game management. It's so clear.
Yeah, and this hasn't been just a one-off against Everton away. He's done this on multiple occasions. His substitutions are always questionable. We saw it in that United game. 10 minutes to go. He brings on Laka and Nketiah. This lad.
Yes, I said about it. Yes, I agree. Yes.
This lad hasn't featured. He hasn't featured in a game, for the entire season, right? For the entire season. But then he made the bench against Watford at home and against Newcastle at home. But for the whole season, he hasn't had a single minute of Premier League football. But he decides to bring him on 3-2 down with 10 minutes to go when we've got a £72 million our record signing on the bench.
Yep.
And again today, did any of you guys clock at the moment when that substitution happened when Nketiah came on? Did you guys see that smirk that Pepe? That smirk he made. Yeah.
Let me stop you guys for a second because we obviously need to keep it moving. There's a lot of people that need to come on. I'm just going to ask you guys some questions. I just want a yes or no answer. No, yes or no. You understand? Yeah, yes, no. That's it, right? One. Question one.
Why Mo? Why say that to Mo?
Yeah, because he goes on. Question one. Is tonight's? Yes. Hold on.
I could play with you.
Hold on.
So I should stay.
Hold on. Tonight's. I'll start with Maximus. Tonight's game. Is it Arteta's fault or the players?
Arteta's.
Okay, Mo.
Again, please.
Tonight's result, is it down to Arteta or the players?
Mainly bad management for Arteta and some senior players. Some senior players that were very bad. Mainly bad management for Arteta and some senior players. No, you must continue. Some senior players are top players.
Don't do it. Aslan, is it down to Arteta or the players?
It's the manager, bro.
Right. African?
Arteta for sure.
How's this a yes or no answer?
No, hold on. African, the manager, yeah? Right. So now this is the yes or no one, right? Maximus, will you, in the morning, would you sack him?
I would have sacked him a year and a half ago.
That's a yes then, yeah?
100%, yeah.
Right. Mo, would you sack him in the morning?
In this timing, no.
Right. Aslan, would you sack him in the morning?
Bro, he would have gotten the phone call straight after that final whistle and left at Goodison Park in Liverpool, bro. He can make his own way home back to London. Yeah? That guy needs to be sacked. He needs to be sacked ASAP.
African?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna thank all four of you for coming on. Really good to have you guys on. We need to bring everybody else on as well, so we have to keep it moving. Thank you very much for coming on.
Just keep in mind, guys, every club that's changed their manager is now ahead of Arsenal. Every club that's changed their manager is now ahead of us.
So I'm just going to take these off one by one. Right. It's always fiery with these guys. Right. So let's start with these guys.
You got rid of Lev.
Shit, did I get rid of Lev? Sorry. Sorry, Lev, man. Sorry. There's just too many people here, man. There's too many. Lev, can you just please speak to guys? I'm gonna drop the link in a chat. So if more people want to come on, please come on. Please hit the like button as well, guys, if you enjoy the thing. And yeah, Lev, go on.
Oh man, guys, you've heard what's been going on. Everyone's kicking off. Obviously, listen, I don't want to make it one of them shows that like we're ranting and raving, but you cannot be happy about what you've just seen. You've got to be pissed off. Another opportunity missed. What are you guys thinking? You saw the game, I'm sure. What are your thoughts? Abdul, you go first, bro. Usually lying on a bed, but man's sitting up today. He's pissed.
I'm not in the greatest mood, man. I just I took like a 10-minute break. My dad asked me to like grab him something. I come back and I see that second goal, and I'm like, what a goal! That like it was insane. And do you know what's so funny? As soon as I saw the play from the back, And then Xhaka obviously couldn't really tackle the guy because he already has a yellow card, right? So he let the pass go through. And as soon as the guy just took like his 2 steps to the right, he's gonna bang it. Like he's gonna bang it. And man, I was just it's a nice goal, but I was so frustrated. So like my sister was like, Arsenal didn't score, and I'm like, I know. It was still a great goal, but it sucks that it's against Arsenal because none of the defenders even tried to put their foot up there. Like, I don't know, like did they all he tried to fake the first shot and then took another step to the right where they all got scared of it. Like I don't know, man. Like they all gave him
Abdul, shouldn't we have been expecting it, considering that the first goal they scored came from him doing exactly the same thing, hitting the bar and it rebounding out to Richarlison.
This for me is the only mistake that I can say the players had fault in it. The whole game for me, how he started, the players that started, everything for me was off. Like I was worried about this game, and I'm like, Everton's a bad form, but watch them beat Arsenal. It's so typical of Arsenal. So typical. You go against the teams that are in a
man. Abdul's so angry. He's frozen.
Yeah. Listen, guys, we need to keep it moving. So please, if you can...
Wait. Super chat coming.
That'll be good.
Super chat from Li Huan Zhan, I think it is. I don't know what that currency is, but thank you for your support, bro. He is so pissed. It's 6:15 a.m. in Singapore. Blessed for tuning in from Singapore, bro. And for watching this mob with this performance. I'm going to have my day ruined. Wait, I didn't even finish that, man. I was just giving
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah. The Aubameyang miss totally ruined it. Yeah, man. 100%. Thank you for your support, bro. Rebel, Rav, what you got to say about today's game, man?
It's not expected.
No?
Yeah, like I've been expecting this kind of result for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have been winning games because of like Aaron Ramsdale, and some of it because of referee's decision. Like if you've seen the Watford game, I mean, we were lucky to win that game. Like even if it was in our at Emirates, like the goal we scored, like another referee could have said it would have been a foul. Like, I mean, so like I'm not expecting us to get better with Arteta. Like we lack aggression, we lack forward passing. Like, I mean, why don't we get Mourinho? Like if we are like
Mourinho.
Yeah, I mean,
bro,
yeah, I mean, if we are sitting, like if we are scoring and then sitting, then why not get the best? Like he has won 2 Champions League.
Oh, you mean so if we're going to play that style, you mean, yeah?
If we are going to play that style, then why not get the best? I mean, that's my suggestion, because like the way Arteta sets up us, like it's unbelievable. Like we score and then we sit. Like what is the point of having Odegaard playing if we are going to sit? Then why not just bring Sambi Lakonga and take out Odegaard? I don't understand his tactics. Like for me, like I've said it before, and like he has never managed a proper football team. Like the only team he has managed is like the under-10s at Arsenal when Arsene Wenger was there. So this will keep on going. It will keep on going, and the man like at the top they will not make a proper decision to sack Arteta. Like unless all the fans get together and demand that you will be sacked. And there are better managers. Like
Who? Shaheen, would you have Mourinho? Sorry, Rebel. Would you have Mourinho?
I don't really want to have anything to say. If you ask Petrus what he's got to say about this as well, go on, Petrus. Listen, Lev, there's a lot of people who want to come on. We need to keep it moving quite quick.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, it's all right. Go on, Petrus. Have your say.
Arsenal is the gift that keeps on giving. Why is it when we play these teams, they haven't won a game in how many games, and then they beat us? It's the same thing. And last week I said it was the players' fault. This week, 100% has to be the manager's fault. I think Arteta has shown this guy tactically he gets constantly outclassed. I couldn't believe it when he brought on Nketiah when we needed the goal. I couldn't believe it. He has his favourites. Maximus is right. He has his favourites. He brings on the same players. It's like Xhaka. He hasn't even played to get back into the fitness, he played him straight away. Saka, you can see he's run down. He keeps playing him. Odegaard, yeah, he had a good game today, but he keeps playing these players that haven't been deserving of a start. And I just knew as soon as we scored, I knew we were going to lose the game because we just decided to sit back. We just let them have the ball, even though we had the ball. To be honest, we did have quite a lot of the ball, but we did nothing with it. We literally went to the.
Am I correct? Am I correct in saying Robel and Petrus, you both think Arteta tactically got it wrong again?
Yeah, again.
Yes.
It's not the first time he's done it though. Let's be honest.
And would you both sack him in the morning?
I would sack him in the morning. Do you know why? Like, we are sitting. Some of it is because of the manager, and some of it is because, like, as a team, like the Arsenal team, lacks confidence to go out and play. So the only thing that they can do is, okay, we'll just go and defend, and that's what we are going to do, because they lack confidence in going and playing. Some of it is because of him, and also it's the whole collective mindset. So I will definitely sack him, and there are managers who can come.
All right. Well, listen, man, thanks for coming on and having your say. I just need to keep it moving so everybody can come on and have your say. I know you come on always, so it's good to see you, and hopefully we'll see you next time, all right?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Petros, anything you want to say lastly?
Yeah, I think his time is... In his time here, he hasn't shown any type of difference in terms of when we go down. When we're against it, I just know we're going to lose. And that's the problem with the manager. I think a better manager gets us playing better as a team, as a collective. It's individual brilliance that's winning us these games. And yeah, I'm just disappointed. And again, people are saying the manager needs to be sacked. Yes, he does, but these board members are going to bring some clown in as well. Don't trust these fools.
Well, listen, thanks for coming on and something to say, man.
Bless. Thank you for having me.
Yeah? Thank you. Right. Fred, what's your thoughts?
So disappointed anyway. I spoke to Liv last year. I told him this manager is not good enough. If someone like Una Emery beat him in UEFA Cup, home and away, and took a team like Karashinas, Socrates, Listenine, Aubameyang, and Lacazette on fire to fifth position in Premier League and UEFA Cup final. And this man have spent on nearly 200 million and he couldn't take us anywhere. We are playing the same stuff every day and day. Nothing have changed. This manager is not good enough. It is time we fans put pressure on the board so they can sack this fraud. He is not good enough. There is nothing excuse we can make that will change him.
So you're basically saying it's the manager's fault and he needs to get sacked in the morning.
He needs to be sacked as soon as possible. I told you, if someone like Una Emery beat him in the UEFA Cup, home and away with tactical knowledge, man, what else will you support him for? This man supposed to have gone last year. He finished 8th twice. 8th position twice. Yeah, he won the FA Cup and it's nothing. Other clubs are doing it and they're sacking their managers.
That's true. Do you know what I was just saying? That I'll put that out to you guys as well. Safwan and Flo, thanks for coming on, guys. Like we sit there in the background laughing at the likes of United with Wally and all of that, but and Frank Lampard at Chelsea and all of this stuff. But we sit here and we do exactly the same thing, and we're doing it for longer than everybody else.
Look at those.
We're keeping this guy here.
Look at those clubs that have worked trophy, but they're sacking their managers. They want to improve, but we are doing nothing. We are just stuck with the same person. There is no improvement. I will not trust him to go and buy a striker for me because the same thing is going to happen.
Fred, let the other say something, man.
Thank you, Fred. Thanks for coming and having your say, bro. We just have to keep it moving so there's a space for everybody to come and have your say, okay? Thanks,
Flow Riders in the house.
How are you, Arteta?
Oh, I'm not Arteta lover, bro.
You are Arteta lover.
Whatever, shut up, man. I'm an Arsenal fan. That's it.
Let him speak, man. Let him speak. Go on, Flo.
You're an Arteta sympathiser. All right. Boys, look, you mentioned Lev regarding Man United when they had Ollie and Chelsea had Lampard. and they tried to make it work. But at the end, mate, they got rid of him. What did we do? We're still sticking with this clown. That's the difference. As they have bad board members as well, and and all that like us. But the difference is they're patient. Their fuse is shorter than ours. I've been calling it since you guys know me a long while. Arteta should have never been the manager of Arsenal Football Club. What credentials did he have to warrant the job? And all of these fanboys and all these wannabe sort of journalists that come up with all this rubbish about Arteta's turned the squad around. He's improved the defense. He's improved the culture. I must be watching something else and a different club, because what I've seen, and also Arteta, his tactics, he's got no idea how to manage a game. If you have a look at the game, we're winning 1-0 up. The starting 11, I was pretty happy with the starting 11 regardless, because you can take Jacker off, you can start Lukonga, you can start Maitland-Niles. They've been here for how many years and they haven't delivered. So what makes you think they're going to start delivering now? So with the lineup, I have no issues with. What my issue is with Arteta, that most fans don't see, is in the games he's slow to react. You got a 1-0 lead, and that's your time to manage the game. And what does he do? Doesn't know. He brings in Nketiah. Doesn't want to sign a new deal. He wants out of the club. He has faith in Eddie Nketiah. He brings in play like Nuno Tavares. Don't get me wrong. So far he's been okay, decent, but if I'm bringing on players to manage the game, I'm bringing on players and I'm going to say, hey, the last 15, 20 minutes, you got to be switched on, son. You can't be ball watching. So for me, Arteta is proven time and time again, game after game after game, that he's got no idea about game awareness. He's technically inept. And
I'd have to agree with you. Why wouldn't he take off Xhaka? Why didn't he take off Xhaka sooner? Like he was blowing out of his arse. He was blowing out his arse. But
he should have taken off Xhaka when he got the yellow card. Because if you have a look at the goal that Demarai Gray scored, Xhaka pulled out of that tackle knowing that if I commit and take Gomez out, I'm done. That's it. I'm on a second yellow and I'm gone. So that's true. That's where the manager comes into play here, Lev. Game management.
I agree.
Your central midfielder, defensive midfielder, is on a yellow card. The game's in the balance. 10 minutes to go, whatever. Take him off. Put someone else in the midfield. That way, if it was someone else, you could have taken him out, and you probably would have come away with a 1-1, or at the end, we could have won it. We could have won it.
I still would have been disappointed with a draw. That's the irony. Safwan, let's have Safwan have a say. Safwan, thanks for joining us, bro, man.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Yeah,
so firstly, regarding your comments about Ole, Lampard, and Arteta won the debate, but Arsenal lost the war, obviously. Secondly, about the game, it was very obvious of what was going to happen. The minute we set off after the 1-0, Everton were piling on the pressure. We were lucky with the VAR decisions. Twice, exactly. And you just saw it was coming. From our 1-0 lead, we knew we were going to either lose that game and it's always down to our errors, our same errors costing us. We go 1-0 up, we sit back, we let them attack us. And when we do have the ball, we have nothing going forward. No options, nothing. We had created 3 or 4 chances. I think we had 1 shot on target in 40 minutes, and that was the goal. So if you have those statistics, how do you expect to win any game?
So, Afwan, can I just stop you for a second, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's now 11 o'clock. I'm still at work, so I'm going to leave you guys with Lev, and I'm going to leave. And I'm just going to leave you guys with one thing, right? I think if Arsenal as football club had any ambitions, or if they wanted to get anywhere, or if they have any goals, or if they have any standards, they would have sacked the manager by now. So I'm just going to leave you guys. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'm going to go home. Lev, when you finish, give me a shout, right?
Yeah, no worries. See you later, bro. Stay home safely. Okay.
It's good to see yourself. Listen, it's good to see you. Behave yourself. And when you come into the chats, make sure you come on and have your say next time, right?
Shaheen, do you think we lost is because of your board at the back again? I see it's back.
I'll block you.
About that board.
No, I'm good at blocking people. I'll block you. Watch yourself. Right. See you guys later. Flo, look after yourself, yeah?
Lev, if you also regarding the manager and the board and the decision making, if you have a look, clubs that are worse off, fighting relegation or mid-table, they've acted when things haven't gone wrong. And it's proven time and time again that with Arteta, he's made mistakes. We can all see we've dropped games that we shouldn't have lost. And that how many more games do we need to lose? And how many more evidence does Arteta need to prove that he's not cut up to it? He's not going to make it as a top six to manage a top six team. Or I don't think he'll make it as a manager at all, because if he gets sacked from Arsenal, you tell me which club is going to give him a job.
None, mate. Listen, let's give this
Emma
a go. Sorry, Flo, bro. Em, are you there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, bro. So you've been hearing what everyone is saying. We've got about sort of 5-10 minutes to go. I'm going to put this last person in as well. So, you've seen what everyone's saying. How do you feel about today's game, and how you feel about the whole managerial situation?
Well, to be honest, to answer like Shahin's question, it's mostly the manager's fault, but you can't deny that a lot of the senior players have let down the club and the manager, right? Like, you look at Partey, today's game was it's probably worse than the United game, actually, in my opinion, especially the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And people are saying, oh, why is Alba dropped? Well, he's our talisman, and he's constantly putting in poor performances. So, like, I'm not backing Arteta. I've been Arteta out since Villarreal, but, like, in a way, his hands kind of been forced to play the young players, because, like, all the senior players are just keep constantly letting him down. So these young players, and, like, they have a lot of potential, all the ones we signed, but, like, the difference is, especially games against Man City and like Liverpool, is experience. We don't have the experience. They have potential, but we don't have the experience. And when you do bring your experienced players, they constantly let you down. So it's like you can't really win either way. But to answer the question, yeah, he has to go, because like I don't see any ambition from the manager. You go 1-0 up. Even if we're playing at home, he probably like let the foot off the gas and let the opposition come on to us, even at home.
Yeah,
so
you
like,
don't think he's ruthless enough, right?
No, exactly right. Even as if you have any aspirations of becoming a top club again or going and being in Champions League, you cannot go to teams who have 1-0 up and then just sit back. Like, like somebody said, yeah, it's the holidays and Santa Claus, Arsenal's in town. Like they haven't won in 9 games. They've been 9 games winless, and like you just walk up, give them 3 points, give the whole crowd, the whole fans boost. It's just so typical of Arsenal. And you know what? I feel like today's game was mostly on the manager, and I would have him sacked. But a lot of those players have to look at on themselves, and like they're just constantly letting them down. Like Partey 50 million, Alba 50 million, 50 million. What did they do? They didn't do anything. No,
you're
right?
true, and you're true.
And these are the senior players. So like the young players like Tavares and stuff, they're gonna make mistakes.
Well, let's give Let's give Val a chance. Is it Valvax Valley? Is that right? Are you there, bro? Sorry, to cut you off. I've got to keep going, bro.
It's all good. Thanks,
go, Valleyvax. What you have to say, bro?
To be honest, I think most of the thing have been already spoken about our fellow Gunners. To be honest, Arteta is not the right man for the job. He has proved us wrong times again. Imagine after 15 games, you are still sitting with a goal difference of -4, and you want to tell me that that's a team which is capable of winning the league, let alone finishing top 4? Because at the end of the day, even if you finish in top 4, you are not going to do anything at Champions League. In fact, you are going to be to embarrass yourself more with that performance. You can't face with that team. You can't face Bayern Munich. You can't face Dortmund. You can't face any other teams with that team which is playing like that, which lack intensity, lack creativity. Like today, there was no Smith Roy, but you can see that like in front they are kind of lacking in terms of creativity. There's nothing happening there, and it's a lot of dead passes. And
isn't that Odegaard's job, Valley? It's meant to be Odegaard's job. Well, what are your thoughts on that? Because I personally, I don't see what. It's a good goal he scored today, and he's, I'm sure there's a place for him in the team, but I don't see him as the answer to our attacking creative issues. What's your thoughts on it?
Yes, to say okay, but he's better. I mean, like looking at the squad, what we have now, he's kind. I can say he's better than in terms of creativity, in terms of passing the balls. As I don't know who was here then said, like, if you check the goal that we have been scoring, it's more like set piece, drop balls. It's not. We lack creativity. We lack, we lack all type of player that created chances. Do you understand?
Yeah. No, I appreciate
passes,
that, Valley.
Do you understand? And of
Yeah.
course, everything and anything, it boils down to Arteta as a manager. I mean, we have given him enough time to prove us right or wrong, and he continued proving us wrong time
So you'd
and
sack
time
him. You
again.
want him out, yeah?
And if we can check also one thing, like Arteta, what he did today. Tini was playing just well, and for him to be subbed in the 63rd minute, I don't understand why.
Well,
And why
Valley. I think he was doing that to protect him because he's just come back from injury. But we've got to give others a go, yeah, Valley. So, Sujel, if you could come in, Valley, and then I'm going to take you out. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you for coming on. I've got to keep it moving. We're going to shut any minute now, and I've got Brandon as well waiting in the wing. So, thank you for joining us, guys. So, Sujel, you've heard what said. Brandon's in as well. This is going to be the last group here. It's getting late. Someone's already mentioned, Lev, you look really tired. I am really tired. So, we got Brandon, we got Sujel. Sujel's been waiting patiently, bruv. You've heard what the guys above Safwan and Flo have had to say. What do you have to say about today's game, bro?
To be honest, man, that game was horrible to watch. Not easy on the eye. And I think after watching today, I just think it's time we move on from Arteta. It's just, I can't deal with I mean, I was giving our defense the benefit of the doubt. But now, like, watching our team attack is just horrible. Like, I miss those Santi Cazorla, Thomas Rosicky days, man. Like, we don't have that guy that can just take one or two touches and get the ball into the opponent's box. You know what I mean? We just don't have that. Aubameyang's it's affecting him. He did so well under Wenger, under Emery, and now with Arteta, it's just all our attackers look stagnated. It's killing me, bro. Just watching our team right now, and I feel like we need to get rid of Arteta now, not till the end of the season, because we still have a chance to get in that top four. We could still get, that new manager bounce or whatnot, even just getting an attacking-minded coach that can get us playing, what we're known for, attacking football. This is just, I just keep going on. It's like horrible to watch.
I feel your pain, Joe. Where are you calling from, bro? Just out of curiosity.
I'm calling from LA, but I'm originally from Birmingham in the United Kingdom.
Yeah. You're a Brit, man. Yeah, respect.
Yeah.
And thank you for calling from LA. Brandon, you finally made it, man. You were late last time. I think you got me bouncing back on you. But listen, very quickly. Obviously, these guys are going Arteta, and some are saying it's Brandon, do you mind turning your mic down? Because I'm repeating to everybody else, I think. You got it? Your speakers? Yeah. So basically, everyone else is saying it's Arteta. Is it the players? Quick question as well, I'll throw in with you, Brandon, is hold on a minute. Everyone's saying our defense is looking better, but that's 3 away games. That's 9 goals shipped. What do you have to say on
that? Oh, dear, Lev. Everybody's saying our defense looks better. You ought to go back and watch that first VAR goal that was ruled out then, because there was 2 Everton players that had the freedom of fucking NASA space station, mate. Yeah? Nobody picking them up. But yet people want to continue to tell me that Mikel Arteta has improved us defensively. And we've shipped, as you just said, we've shipped, what, 9 goals? 9 goals.
Games. Yeah.
Mate,
you know. Against Liverpool, 3 against United, 2 against Everton.
There's no more sentiment, Lev. No more sentiment. No more project youth, no more process, no more bullshit. Just seriously, sack this fool tonight. I've been saying it for, what, months? Well, getting on for years now, isn't it? This guy is not good enough, right? And the biggest worry for me is the disconnect between our midfield and our attack. Because
non-existent
over the past few weeks,
100%,
a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, it's Aubameyang," and I get it, because Aubameyang has been shocking recently. Missing chances that guy would never normally miss. Because let's not forget, only a couple of years ago, this guy was like, scored the most goals in Europe and one of the best finishers in Europe, and now all of a sudden he can't hit a Ballon d'Or. He looks like a cross between Yaya Sanogo and Danny Welbeck. You know what I mean? And it's like, nobody can tell me that today was Aubameyang's fault, because we had a completely different front three. We had Martinelli, We had Lacazette playing up front today. He couldn't muster up a chance either. So there's got to be something to do with not the players, but the system. And that comes from the manager. And I keep saying this time and time again. It comes from the manager. Look at us after we scored the first goal. Yeah, we scored the first goal. Why not go and get the second? This is an Everton team that are low on confidence, that haven't won a game in God knows how long. They're 16th in the table. Yet we sit back and invite pressure, just like we did last week against Manchester United.
Yeah.
That comes from the manager.
We turned
All
back
of
to
this
time,
comes from
didn't
the
we?
manager. And not only that, Lev, right? Sentiment. That is the biggest thing here. Sentiment in Arsenal Football Club. Granit Xhaka, we know he's not good enough, right? He was probably arguably the best player for us on the pitch tonight, but we know he's not good enough, right? He's just come back from an injury. He gets thrown straight into the midfield. And while I can understand it to a degree, because our midfield has been our weakest point in our team over the past few weeks, did he make our midfield look any better tonight? No. Did Thomas Partey look any better tonight? No. That guy has been awful. Awful, awful, awful. And nobody can sit here and tell me that a better manager could not get a better performance out of Thomas Partey, Aubameyang, Lacazette. Let's not forget, Thomas Partey was unplayable in La Liga. He's not just turned into a bad player overnight. I refuse to believe that.
No,
Maybe
I agree.
the pace
I
of the
agree.
Premier League's a bit too much for him. But then again, sentiment again. Eddie Nketiah's coming on when we've got Pepe sat on the bench. And the only reason I can think that Eddie Nketiah's coming on is because the geezers decided not to sign a contract. And it's, oh, I'll tell you what, we'll give you a few minutes just to change your mind so you will sign that contract. Sentiment again. And I don't rate Pepe, but the guy can score a goal. He can come up with an assist. We need to win this game. And he's bringing on Eddie Nketiah, who's proved time and time again that he's not good enough.
Missed the sitter.
And it could have possibly cost us points.
Mm.
Well, it has.
Yeah, it has cost us points. Guys, so we're going to wrap it up soon. What final thoughts from Flo, Safwan, Sajel? Start with Flo.
Look, if you have, I'll put this question out to you. 2 questions for you guys. When was the last time Arsenal scored a goal from the midfield, a through ball to our striker? Oh, I can't remember. Can you remember?
Not really, no.
Hard to say, man.
And also, Thomas Partey, before he came from Atletico Madrid, I'm pretty sure you can probably all agree or debate it that he would have got into any of the top 6 clubs in the starting 11. You know, would have been a starter. Have a look at him now. Can he get into Liverpool, to a City, to a Chelsea? Would he get into their team now? Look how much he's regressed under our manager. And people still come out and say, Arteta needs time. Arteta's improved. What's he improved? Tell me, who's he improved? Even
Thomas,
he's been okay as of late with a few goals, but I haven't seen his game go to a new level. There's still moments that he's running around like a headless chicken sometimes. You know, there's no cohesion from our defense to the midfield to their attack. There's no.
I agree.
Sorry, I feel like Thomas Partey is a victim of having players around him that are not on his level, and now he's just gone down to that level, and he's not. Because some big players, they thrive around other big players, you know, and he's having to play alongside Sambi Lokonga now, who's a guy who's for the future, but yeah, he's been thrown into the first team, and then you got Xhaka, who, you know, you either love him or hate him, but he's still not on Thomas Partey's level. And who else do we have in the middle? So it's just got to the point where Thomas Partey is like, why should I raise my level when these guys ain't willing to do the same for me?
But surely, guys, we should be beating the likes of Everton. That midfield is better than Everton.
We should be punishing
this
them.
team is more than good enough to beat Everton. We should have been beating them convincingly, and we're not. So that has come down to the same thing we're all talking about today, which is it's got to come down to the manager now. We can't take it like I can't help but every time I look at that squad, say a better manager would get more out of that squad. I'm 100% certain of it. So
yeah, for sure, I agree.
I've given him as much time as possible. Go on, Brandon. We're going to wrap it up in a minute, and we'll give Safwan a last minute say as well.
I'm telling you guys this right now. Yeah, Mikel Arteta is slowly killing this squad off. I know it's his players now. They've only just come here, but they're all young players. Look at Bukayo Saka, for example, right? I think he has stagnated this season. I genuinely do, because that guy, he doesn't really score goals. He doesn't really create many assists either. Whereas as before last season, he looked better than what he does this season. And if he continues to be managed by Mikel Arteta, he'll continue to stagnate. Just go back to, for example, Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas once came out in an interview and said, you know, it was too much pressure on my young shoulders. And that's where I worry about these young players in this Arsenal squad. With the lack of experience that they've got around them and the senior players not playing how they should be playing, it shows there's a disconnect in the dressing room as well, because it doesn't look to me like any of the senior players are on side with this project. You know, they're not playing like they're playing for the manager. None of them, not one of them.
No, I agree, man.
Arteta's going to kill Saka's footballing career. Because did you guys hear when Arteta came out and said Saka has to learn to play through the pain? Why? We got players like Pepe on the bench. You got Lacazette on them. Why does he have to play in pain?
Maybe it means his tactics. Maybe he means his tactics are painful to play in. Safwan, I'm going to give you last words on this, bro. Anything you want to add before we go, man?
So the one thing I can add is, if you look at Arsenal from top to bottom, we know Kroenke inexperienced, we know Vina inexperienced, we know Edu, Arteta, and now even the players inexperienced. So we see that, yeah, we'll go on these 10-game runs, which to me wasn't even that convincing with some of the teams we beat and how we beat them too. We were getting saved by Ramsdale a lot. But then there's going to be these times where these games we're supposed to win. United looked horrible, didn't have a manager, we should have beat them. Everton today, they haven't won in 9 games, 10 games. We should have beat them, sitting 16th, fighting relegation. And then I don't know if it's the inexperience that's kicking in, or it's just the system that the players are not getting from the manager, or the manager is not communicating the system properly. But at the end of the day, it's not good enough for Arsenal.
No, I agree. And that's the conclusion we've come to today. Inexperience from the very top to the bottom. We are, unfortunately, however, very experienced at seeing this shit over and over again. And frankly, we're having enough of it. We're back to questioning what is happening with the management. We're back to questioning what is happening with our team. Do we trust this process? I don't think so. I think we are veering towards looking for a better manager to get more out of this team. I thank everyone who's involved today. Another late one in the chats as well, and all the guys that have come on today. Thank you to Flo, who got on today finally. Safwan, thank you, bro. Sujel, Brandon,
Thank
got
you, bro.
on. Abdul, Mo, Maximus, all you guys, man. It's 0 points out of a possible 6. We were expecting a minimum of 4. We got less than that. And it's back to the drawing board for us fans. So this is the end of it. Go on, Flo. You want the last word?
But he went 10 unbeaten, Lev. Come on.
And those are our famous last words. He went 10 unbeaten, Lev. Come on.
Hey, let's snatch Ten Hag before United do, and we might even get overmods with him as well. So we should make a move, man.
Ten Hag, I think there's more chance of going 10 games unbeaten. Again, maybe. I don't know. Go on, Brandon.
Last words, Lev.
Welcome
aboard. Arteta out.
Oh, God. They've heard it here from Brandon. That's his opinion, and not an Arsenal Lounge opinion. But we encourage all opinions. But yes, we do think that we would be better off with a better manager, and that is it for us. So we're out of here. Peace out, loungers. Get some sleep. Forget about this game.